Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello to all you Aquarians. I hope everything's going good for you guys. I gotta get my thing kind of straightened out here. It's all twisted. Dang it. All right, get my earbuds in so I can hear. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. Well, I don't know why I'm having such a trouble with this left earbud. It just don't wanna go in there. Stubborn this morning. Okay. That one seems to be okay. All right. Got a little information for y'all before uh we move on to to the tarot. I have shuffled all the decks, so they're done. So we should be able to move pretty good along quick with that. Um, for you guys, I want to give you some information. The moon is now in Libra, and it is conjunct or coming into conjunction with Mercury first. Uh, so there will be you'll feel this energy with the moon uh, coming into this solar eclipse. Uh, so um, there could be this thing with your emotions. You're going to feel some sort of an intensity because not only does the moon conjunct with it's almost like say you got a gathering in a house, right? And every time somebody new or something new comes into that house, everybody wants to, they're excited, you know. It brings in some sort of stimulant. So the moon comes into Libra. The first guest it meets is Mercury, and they converse. Uh, and then that energy is passed on from Mercury and the moon over to the sun. So it's kind of like, hey, everybody, the moon's here. We're going to start this new initiative, this new uh, lunar cycle we're going to have. Let me check my other thing over here and make sure I got. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. All right. Um, and so it's like saying, hey, how y'all doing? Um, guess who's here? The other illuminator. We got both the illuminators here. And then from there, the energy passes on from the moon to Mercury to the sun. Now it goes over to the south node. And the south node goes, uh-oh, all this energy's coming at me. Things from the past. Um, and then it's like you gotta you gotta face something here. And what you're facing is things from the past. That could be some conversation from the past coming up here. Um, and it could be some communications about, what the upcoming plans may be, or uh, discussions of what you feel, how we all been talking about this solar eclipse and that it's angular. So I look at it like the black pit, but it has the ring of fire around it. So let's not fall into, because that fire can be the rage of Mars. Mars has last night left the house of Libra and is now over in its domicile of Scorpio. Now, in below the description area below, I did post a link to an article written by Liz Simmons on October the 13th, I believe she wrote it, and posted it at 3:08 on the 3rd, or what was that? Was it the 13th? Um, Trying to see here a minute. Uh, but I did, uh, no, October the 11th at 2023, and she posted at 3:08. So anyway, I posted the link to this article, which would be you could find out more about this, about Mars in Scorpio. It's about rage, it's anger, it's about sex as well. I don't know why that's so important, but I guess because it's tied to emotions, but it's driven um, into desires. Um, so I do have for you guys what this means for you, and this is going to be in your first house. Okay, I got your first house because I'm looking at the whole house signs. You don't have any planets there, but there's anticipation of what's to come. And what's to come at you is going to be Pluto, that's going to be coming in your house next year. And it will be there until 2 degrees to the end of 2024, and it'll move back temporarily at 29 degrees in Capricorn. So for you in Capricorn, this is a big impact with Saturn as well, uh, and laws and regulations and limitations and karma and things of this such. So um, there is ouch, something seems to be pinching me. Um, so it will go into 2 degrees, and then it will go retrograde back, and that will start the retrograde process of next year. Okay. Oh, that coffee's good. I need that coffee bad. But also, it will only go back to 29 degrees. It's only going to be there that 1 degrees, and then it will go direct. And it finally, I think it's 2025 or the end of 2024, the very end. I think it's 2025. It will finally move into Aquarius, and it will be there in your house for 20 years. So get ready for transformation to happen. Get ready to notice what anything, I want to say, when it's direct and it comes into your house, okay, and it begins that process of 1 degrees, 2 degrees, notice, journal it, notice what is happening during that degrees, because it will go stationary and retrograde and it'll move back. So pay attention to when Pluto hits this 29 degrees in Capricorn, and then it comes into your house. And then it goes at 2 degrees. Notice that time period, okay? What's happening? Because it's going to want you to reassess when it goes back to that 29 degrees. 29 degrees in biblical coding to me, and I'm a big, strong believer of it, has to deal with the human head and departure, something leaving the human head. This could be trauma that we've experienced. We may have to work through the trauma of the wounds that we either inflicted on others, that we carry the guilt and the remorse of, or those that actually was the one who was traumatized, and they're having to work through that trauma. I don't know why that came to me. I didn't think about it during Capricorn, but it hit me with you when I saw this, and I don't know why. Um, but be prepared to know what is going on when Capricorn, or when Pluto hits in Capricorn at 29 degrees. Start journaling, taking notes of what's going on till it gets that 2 degrees. Because when it goes to 2 degrees, and it's going to go retrograde, all right, and it's going to go back to that 29 degrees. So something is going to be reassessing. Okay, there could be some trauma during that time. Because the big impact, the one planet that deals with Aquarius, and, or there's a couple here, but deals with Capricorn and Aquarius, is Saturn. Saturn was the old ruler, but it still has an impact. It's it's the older generation compared to Uranus, which is the ruler there now, or not this time. It's in Uranus is in uh, Taurus, which is your fourth house. So there is something there of the younger generation as well, that more or less tries to overtake the old elder generation. I've seen that in politicians, political agendas. These younger generation comes into Congress or Senate or whatever, and they think they can change the world. Well, good luck on that, because you're going to be facing what people who have been there that have skills, have talents, that are going to fight back against you if you go too far into something here that you just think you can have it all now, and that this can just happen right now. I've been noticing a lot of that in politics. Um, so anyway, this is going to deal a lot, have an impact on the Saturn, the laws, uh, the karma that is going to be created out of this. And you're going to be dealing, like I said, with Pluto, and you're going to have a lot of strength and endurance to deal with this. Some people cannot deal with the impacts of Pluto. They lose it. They just can't. And there's probably going to be a lot of people, especially with the younger generation, that can't handle it. They're not going to understand it. They're going to be so befuddled, they're not going to know what to do. Because it is about, with Pluto and Aquarius, it is about societies. It is about social groups. Some groups may all of a sudden fall apart or be torn down because of what they're doing and their influence. So don't be surprised that things might definitely be coming out about certain things. And it's good. It's because in your third house, you've got Chiron, which is, and that's something I'm going to talk about with Chiron for just a second. I want to go real quick. A lot of you probably have heard several times about the wounded warrior, okay? But the biggest deal with Chiron is about health. And right now, it's in that house of Aries. There is something here in your third house that is unhealthy. There's either communications with siblings, neighbors. This is about the mind, the ability to think. And something here, there may be unhealthy where influences might be dealing with, and this eclipse is to burn off with Mercury being there. And this solar eclipse is going to be an opposite of that house of yours. That's the ninth house. It's about philosophy. It's about learning, that ninth house, publishing, what's being published, foreign travel, wisdom, teaching, universities, vision, studying abroad, law, spirituality, guru, religion, morals, exploring, faith, broadcasting, philosophies, prophetic dreams, prophetic dreams. And there's something in Scripture about the younger generation having these prophetic dreams. So don't be surprised if this starts coming about. Culture, beliefs, ethics, and then your third house, which deals with the mind ability to think. What's controlling your thinking? Is it educators? What are they doing to the young society? Writing, siblings. It could be issues with younger siblings or siblings in general. Short trips, whereas ninth house is long trips, where we take, maybe trips abroad or further distance away from home. But there could be something about short trips, neighbors, information, transportation, communications, cousins, debates, intellect, learning, early education, and ideals. So, what did you learn in your earlier education? Now, for you guys with Mars being in its domicile of Scorpio, with also Pluto having aspects over to that, to the south node from the past, and also with the square to Mars, it's got the square with Mars and the south node, and it has that square to the north node. This solar eclipse is going to have an impact possibly for the next 18 or a year that's going to change you because it's dealing with the nodes and something that's going to happen here. 3 months, you might start feeling it. 3 months, I've been feeling a little early, and I'm still feeling some of it, but because it's really getting me kind of motivated here. Uh, also, you may experience this 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, for the year, because it's having those aspects to the nodes of Pluto that are squaring. So, and we're going to have the lunar eclipse that's going to happen. You may feel tension at certain times, and then all of a sudden, as things move, then all of a sudden the squares from Pluto kind of dissipate for the moment, but they'll be back. Trust me, they'll be back because they're going to attach right back to those nodes again. All right. But let's see for you with Mars moving into Scorpio. It was late last night. It was like 3 minutes after 12 on the Eastern Standard Time that it moved in there. And it's going to be there until November the 24th. On November the 24th, it will then ingress into Sagittarius. And this will be about if someone's trying to get in your way or something, nobody and nothing will be able to stand in your way, Aquarius. There is no stopping you once Mars and Scorpio energizes your 10th house of career. Okay? And that's where it's going. It's going into your 10th house. Or your status or your accomplishments. Since your 10th house will be activated, this Martian energy can help you become exceptionally well known for both personal and professional achievements. A ruthless mentality may take over, given that Mars in Scorpio will stop at nothing to help you rise above. Be cautious. Be cautious about this, okay? Because you may pay for some karma on this later on. That's when it says that ruthless mentality. So be careful. Don't be ruthless. You're going to get to the top and you're going to achieve something. Do it in a moral, responsible way, because it will come back to bite you. So you might become well known for your determination, tenacity, and your ambition. But this is the big warning. However, you may want to be mindful about how this could come across. It could damage your reputation. After all, you won't want to accidentally adopt an overbearing, combative, aggressive reputation during this transit. And it's going to last for 6 weeks, okay? So during these time periods of October the 12th to November the 24th, you're going to be driven, but remember, don't have a ruthless mentality because it will come back and bite you. It can damage your reputation. And you don't want that in your career, because it will come back to bite you big time. Now, this is coming from that article that I said that is down in the description area. That was wrote by Liz Simmons. And I'm only doing this for the first houses, okay? Because it tells with each sign, and you've got more signs than just being Aquarius in your birth chart. Know your birth chart. Know where Mars is going to impact these signs and how it impacts them. And then you'll know with that sign, it rules over that house. And then look at what planets could be in that house. So stay in touch with astrology, okay? It can save you, and it can also warn you. Also, the next thing is Mercury in Scorpio. It will move into Scorpio on October the 22nd, which will be 10 days later after Mars has moved there. Mars is a little slower than Mercury. Mercury's a lot faster, so it will come in contact with Mars again. They will meet up again. And Mercury will be there until November the 10th, where it'll again move in Sagittarius. It'll get there before Mars will get there. Then Venus is in Virgo right now. Venus ingressed into Virgo on October the 8th, and it's going to be there to November the 8th, a whole month. And then it will, on November the 8th, it will move into Libra. Pluto is now stationary. It went stationary on October the 10th. It's going to sit there building its energy up at 27 degrees. This is like a lot of people, you could probably have heard in astrology reports, this is the United States return of Pluto from July the 4th, 1776. We may be going back to an older time of values. Because we got to look at things. Things aren't good right now. And it's not going to move but 1 degree, and it will do that on November the 1st. It will move to 28 degrees. So with me, like I said, with Capricorn, with me being one who is in that I'm a very spiritual person. And a lot of people can say what they want. Well, then why are you doing tarot? Well, I want to help people. And it's the astrology and the tarot that I combine together. I use them together. Because when I look at the cards, I compare them to the planets or the signs of what's going on. And then what action's being taken. Is it being done by the universe? Is it having an impact on you? Is it your actions or someone else's actions or something that could be coming at you? And I take all of these into consideration. So to me, when I look at Pluto being at that 27 degrees, where it's been there quite a while, it's the movement of God's hand over a nation. And it's going to be going through our nation, this solar eclipse. And it's got the ring of fire around it. So people are going to be surrounded in this anger. What is fire? Fire is anger, heated tensions. It's just think of fire and think of all the words you can think of about fire. But the biggest one is about purification. When you put something in a fire, it comes back to its natural form, like an aluminum can. You put the fire hot enough and it heats enough. What does it do? It melts it and molds it into something different. So it brings something to a natural state. Now, I got to say this. Uranus is in a sextile to Neptune. So it's feeding something into Neptune. Uranus is, younger generation. It's feeding something into that Neptune. Illusions. Because Neptune is a liquid planet, more liquid, but it can become very frozen, solid, or it can be liquid that moves. Like, just think of that aluminum can I was talking about when you put enough heat on it. There's it gets liquefied. It goes back to its purest form of aluminum. Then we have um, um, gold. Even when gold melts, it's a purification. So I feel like, it could be something here with, a society or a younger generation that a cleansing of some way. There's going to be a spiritual movement over the United States about our moral responsibilities. And if, you're not in with it, it could affect you later on. It could come back and bite you. When Pluto goes into Aquarius, it can hurt your reputation for those in society. It could affect your careers later on for the next 20 years. If you become a part of some group that is not in a moral responsibility or a humanitarian toward other people, and you're full of rage and anger and down with this and down. I've lived through those times. I lived during those times of the Vietnam War and what that generation went through. But they went through it with a mentality of love and peace. But there was a lot back then that was hidden from us that was blamed on other people. Hold on a second. I got to get something. I apologize. I should have put the Be Right Back sign up. I'm still trying to get my new setup together. Um. All right, here we go. So be cautious what groups you and what associates you get with, because you could ruin your reputation. And if you get in with the wrong group, like happened back in those days, during that Vietnam War and all them protests that went on there, you could get yourself on some list that you don't want to be a part of. Okay? Because there was a lot back then that did. So, anyway. So now it will move 1 degrees. It'll go to, on November the 1st, it will go to 28 degrees in Capricorn. Pluto will. And at 28 degrees, it's all about the grand cycle of the sun and the moon. Something is preparing us that's going to come, and I believe totally that has to deal with April the 8th of 2024, when we will have another total eclipse. And I'm really looking forward to that. I really, really am. That something in prophecy will come to pass at that time. I don't know what it is. I don't intend to know what God plans to do. All I know is I have faith and I believe that what He does is for the best of all humanity. And you can be a part of it or you can not be a part of it. It's your choice. Um, And it will also be about woman, the feminine energy. We all have feminine energy in us. The only thing that makes a difference between a man and a woman is that one chromosome, and plus, that's what makes them a male. It changes. Then, when it gets to the 29 degrees in Capricorn, that will be about the human head, and that's where I said a departure. There was something of probably some trauma, uh, emotional trauma, mental trauma that people will experience when they come into an awakening. This happens every time people come into an awakening. I'm not talking about woke. Woke is so different. It is stupid. I hate that word. All right? Because woke is like you sleeping and all of a sudden something woke you up and you're like, what? I'm talking about awakening, where your mind is awakened. And all of a sudden, people having in society this mental trauma, like, what the heck did I get myself into? And this is where we need to stop and think and step back. Because what I'm seeing in society today is people are being denied the information they're entitled to have to make a good mental judgment. But because you're not being given the information that you are entitled to have to make a sound judgment for your life and for your family or whatever, or as a young person, it don't matter come years later when your name is sitting on a list somewhere and you're associated with some group that you never really had any idea, because you can't go in there and say, well, uh, I'm sorry, I didn't know, uh, I didn't have all the information. Well, you know what? That's when you take your fingers through the yellow pages, sort of like. Don't leave it up for everybody to give you the information, because people will lie to you now during these times, because it's all about power and control. We have to take back our own power and control. And that's what Pluto's about. It's the purification of something of a death to get rid of something so something better can come out of it. And when you have to go through a transformation of Pluto, you better be strong enough to deal with it, because I have been through it. And it is not fun at all. It is not easy at all. It's like going through hell, mortal hell. And it can last for years. And it's going to go into your house next year, and it's going to go back to Capricorn for one final thing to deal with the departure, the mind, the human head, the trauma. Now, we're talking about all the way into next year to be able to overcome some trauma. Whether it was you being lied to and deceived and you didn't know everything and now you look like a jerk or an idiot, or you've been made a fool of. Do you know how hard that is for people when they realize they've been lied to and they look like a fool? It takes time to recover from that. People who've been through some dramatic things are still to this day living through the trauma of things that they can't escape because it's there in the mind. They just have to learn to show forgiveness and try to move on with their lives. They survived something. Sometimes, as you remember, there's survivor's guilt. I survived when someone else didn't, because they weren't strong enough. They didn't have the strength. Or somebody else made the decision if they would survive it or not. I said with Capricorn, I talked about, with Mussolini, and I talked about, Hitler, and I talked about, these bad foreign or bad leaders to get people to follow them. Vietnam, Vietnamese, their leaders there at the time. And what they put people through. So people got to wake up. You got to go get the information. The younger generation, instead of playing their stupid games and making their things on TikTok and all this kind of stuff, and whatever, do some history. Learn something. That's why you have a mind. That's why God gave you a brain to think for yourself and to speak a tongue so you can speak about what you've learned and where you got it from, and know that you can trust this source and you can't trust this source. Okay? So a lot of this is going on. We've got to awaken. And the spirit has been screaming within us to wake up. Now, I know a lot of people don't have that. There's people who are atheists. Okay. I don't have anything against them. You don't believe, you don't believe. But I guarantee you, when you're sitting somewhere and something it comes after you, or you get in a car wreck, what's the first thing you usually say? Oh, God. Oh, you're calling out to God now? I mean, it's to me, it's funny. It's really funny. It's comical. And there are some atheists who there are people, and I would say atheists, Christians, all of them, that have gone through something where they've had a near-death experience. And it was something for them to see. And it says in Scripture that children, women, will have prophetic dreams. Be careful of people who predict prophecy. I don't do that because I don't know what God's plan is. All I can see is where there's a warning. I know I turn everything over to God, and I trust Him than I would anybody that walks the face of this earth, other than, my mother, because of her experience, and I know her heart. Get to know people's hearts and what's really in their heart, because they can harden your heart. And if you're really a good person, get around good people, people that support you in your goals. Those mentors that are really good, that want to see, those teachers that really want to see you succeed. And there's not many of them left. They've gotten out of the education because of what it's turned into. But there are good people out there that can be great mentors, that they don't want anything but to see the people that they know they come in contact with, and they help them to succeed in life and their goals. Also, there are bad ministers. I'll say that. And what they say, and you go, what? Once you get to know God's word and the teachings, it's there's nothing. I'm so glad I got back in my faith. I really, really am, because there is nothing but rewards there, and blessings there, and protection there. So there is you know, we just got to follow in faith. And there's so many good stories of faith and protection there. So I just kind of wanted to go through that. Also, Saturn in Pisces is going to go stationary on November the 4th. It will begin to move on November the 8th. So that's like 24 days. I'm a big number person, and I'm seeing a lot of 24s. And 24 in biblical coding, get to learn it, is about heavenly government. It's like, if you hear in astrology, the yod, the finger of God, is what it's called. It's about his government. He has his hand on something there that he is going to change. No one knows what his plan is but the Son. Because when he was here walking on the earth, when Jesus Christ walked on the earth, he didn't know what God's plan was. He said only the Father knows. And he knows not to question the Father. Now he knows what the plan is. And he knew what his plan was here and what he was sent here to do. And he sacrificed. The Father sacrificed the Son, his blood, for our sins. So when you see that in astrology and you hear about the finger of God, know that he's got something in his government that is over man's government. And man's government, what is that, is 12. But I'm getting a lot of 24s. A lot of 24s. And there is some 12s here. And 12 is a number of authority, order, government, man's government, not God's government. And when man's government decides to exclude God, there's a lot of stories in there about the anointed ones and how they lost their authority. I mean, get with some good ones. Don't get with those that are like just trying to get money out of you. There's a lot of, I'm gonna say it, there's a lot of people out there in religion and faith or whatever, claiming to be ministers, that they're all in it for the power. Okay, they're all in it for the money. Some of them talk and they sound like more of motivational speakers than of what they're talking, their word, not God's word. Okay. But again, look down in this description and go check out Liz SIMMONS post that she put up, and I think you're going to find it real interesting. You're going to learn. I like to share things that I learn with others so they can learn. All right, I've already shuffled all the cards, and like I said, there's that energy with the moon to Mercury that's conjunct, and then those two energies conjunct with the sun, then those three energies conjunct with something of the past, okay? That has to do with the south node, that has to do, we have to release. And in this, there's something you, in your philosophies and in your beliefs, or that's not balanced. It's to bring things back into balance, because things are so out of balance right now. It's not, you look at anything right now, you're going to hear stuff that just doesn't sound right. And it's not right. And those that seek power, even instructors, even teachers, professors, all of these people, politicians, whatever they may be, if they're not teaching to encourage and help you succeed, they're only in it for the money and the power. That's all they want, the control. And it's time for us to take our power back and denounce some of this stuff and say, I ain't following that doctrine. No, no, no. And like I said, there is something with Uranus that is in the sextile that's an aspect to be open up your mind. Be open, be willing to be open to something here. And initiate the mind to think. Because Pluto, like I said, it has different forms to it. Liquefied forms. Then that energy from Neptune goes over to Pluto in a sextile. And it does something here. So we got Uranus at 22 degrees retrograde. We got Neptune at 25 degrees retrograde, and then we got Pluto at 27 degrees retrograde. All of them are in the 20s. 22 for Neptune would be a cycle coming to an end. It's a completion of something. Things go through cycles. 11 and then 11. It comes to like 11. It starts out. It goes to the peak, and then it peaks off, and then it comes to 22, and then that's where it loses that sting, that drive. And 25 with Neptune, that's through conflict. There is grace through conflict. There's still that love and having that faith and belief. So, and then 27, like I already talked to you about, to me, that is the hand of God. Whatever he's going to do, he's going to do. And I'm like, okay. When you put your everything in God's hands and leave it there, that you finally let go of thinking you can do everything. You don't need nobody. You don't need nothing. I know people like that actually come out and say, I don't need nobody. Okay, bye. I'm gone. When you feel like you don't need nothing anymore and you don't even need faith, you don't need anything, and you think you can control this whole world on your own, good luck. Good luck. That's all I got to tell you. I'm looking at somebody that will not achieve anything and will be living a miserable life and will be sucking other people right into it. Don't be the sheep. Do not be the sheep. Because what happens to sheep? They get sheared. Right? You're going to lose something. All right, so let's go ahead and go over into the tarot. And let's see what we got here for you, for Aquarians. All right, like I said, I've already shuffled these, so we're going to move through this on. All right, situation. Ooh, come out quick. Cards are moving quickly today. We got the Two of Swords. There's a decision here that has to be made. This is Libra. And this is that solar eclipse is going to be in, it's an angular, like I said. It's black. It's the sun blocked out by the moon, but it has that ring of fire around it. And I was laughing the other day when I did some readings. I kept saying, I kept remembering that song of Johnny Cash, "The Ring of Fire." Go listen to it. It'll wake you up. Falling in, and he was one that had a very difficult life and went through some really stuff. And he talks about what he went through, drugs and alcohol, and how his wife saved him out of it. And he got with the right family. And the funny thing was, he got with a Christian family. And he had only his own family problems. And he said he fell down in that ring of fire. And he went down, down, down that ring of fire. And if, he was pulled out of it. So there may be a lot of people that fall into that ring of fire. And all they can see is darkness around them. Don't be the one to go there. You can make a right decision here. And it's time to make that decision on the solar eclipse. Because remember, it is a new moon. What seeds are you going to plant for the future? What goals? What do you want to accomplish? Who's going to support you? Who's going to be a mentor to you? Help you get there? Support you? Tell you, you're doing a great job? Or help you during the difficult times, telling you to keep with it. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. Stay with it. You'll be fine. And this is decision time making. And like I said, that solar eclipse is going to go right across the United States, but there's going to be a bigger one in April the 8th. The final, total, that's going to cross over. So this is definitely here that you're going to have to make a decision. And it's not going to be probably an easy one. Because of that energy that's there. What is your challenge here? Is the Seven of Coins. What do you want to invest in? Or what have you been investing in? That's Taurus energy. This is Libra energy. This is Taurus. Where do you put your money in? The money we earn. For you, it's the fourth house. Okay, that's your home, your family. You may be invested. This could be your self worth. Are you looking at your self worth? You know, there could be a decision that's got to be made there. Um, what do I need to invest in myself or into my family? Do I take the moral responsibilities that I was raised with? Like I said, it can have a lot to do with the uh, early education in life that you learn from your family. Get to know people and about their early life, their family life. Just don't take things for granted. So it's something you're going to have to make this decision about something here you're being challenged about in your fourth home or fourth house that has to deal with your self-worth, your earning potentials, your education, oh, your possessions and these sort of things. And you got to make a decision on it. And it may be difficult because a lot of times we like to hang on to mementos and things like that. Um, so let's see what's above you, what's hanging over you. Ooh, we got the devil here. That's Capricorn energy. And you do have some things that you know you Aquarian and Capricorn, you share that ruling planet. Saturn works with both of those. It's more into Capricorn, but what's in Capricorn right now is Pluto. And this is often something here that kind of puts us in bondage. You may feel like you're in some sort of bondage here that you want to break free from. And you've got to make a decision. And it could be a hard decision. You know, if you've got family and in your home or something with your home life, like, okay, let's say a kid, young adult, has to make, they're getting out of high school. They got to make a decision about what college they want to go to. But the parents don't want them to go there or, that far from home. They worry about them. Um, which is normal, but you feel that constraint. Um, this could be partnership, business that you've got to make decisions about. That you may have to decide on. And for this is that Capricorn energy, which is your 12th house. There may be some loss here. Some things you've got to release. You've got to let go of it, Aquarius. I don't know what it is. You may be invested in something, in a family business somewhere here, and you don't like the business. It's not what you want for your life. And sometimes that's hard to say to a father or a mother. This is not what I'm interested in, but there's something here. Um, could be a home-based business, and you don't know how it's going to go. It's been difficult, but it's almost like you're in it. You invested in it. So you got to try to stick with it, even if all businesses go up and down. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good. Okay? Um, what's below here? You got the Six of Swords. This is your card in your foundation. As above, so below. You're trying to move on from something here. You want you want to go to something that's more peaceful. Um, that's calm. This could also be traveling, but things could be very difficult right now. And you've got to make a decision here. Do I go something far? Because this is you. This could be some distance here. Your south node. You've got the Emperor, Aries energy. There's something here with Aries, your third house, that's not healthy. Could be a father. Or the control of something here. It's like you're wanting to break free of something here of the past. It could be a job. It could be a boss. Um, or it could be a habit that is overpowering to you. It's something here. The Emperor is controller. Um, a strong masculine energy. Um, could be a husband. It's something that's controlling you that you need to get away from this, or you're wanting to leave it. That control. Oh, we got the Tower. That's a strong Aries. You got Aries here. This is Mars. Mm, These this you're the first reading I've had that's really like wow. Ah, we got the sign of Aries. Something here in your third house. It could be about communication. Uh, that's not good for the future because we're talking about North Node in Aries as well as Chiron being in that third house. Be Could be an overbearing sibling or a neighbor. Could be something with um these strong, powerful uh the mind, the ability to think for yourself, possibly. Uh, could be something with writings. I already said siblings, neighbors, information. Could be transportation, um, communication, cousins, debates, um, intellect, learning, that earlier education. It's like I get a feeling here that like uh so, somebody here is not in a good space, and it ain't bringing no peace in, and that's why there's got to be a. Do I really want to invest in something here? That's all this around me that's controlling me, and that tower is like it. Something's got to something's. The decision is going to bring something down here. Um, Towers are good. Sometimes it shows growth, but Mars being in its. Please, y'all need to go read that article. Really, you need to go check out that article because with you looking at your chart and where all this is, there could be something you could get out of that by looking at what Mars is doing for you in that 10th house. And it's could be definitely about career. You know, um could be about a father that, in big business or something, and you want to go a different way. It was a lot of times way back when, uh some actors, or comedians or whatever, or uh they had parents that were doctors, lawyers, or whatever, and they didn't want to be that. They wanted to be an actor. Doesn't mean they were going to make it. And I remember Gene Wilder. I don't know why he's coming into mind, but he wanted to go into comedy and wanted to be an actor, and his parents were against it. Um, and he just didn't want to follow in their footprints. And he said he didn't know if he was going to make it, if he would make that it would come to anything. But he had parents that said, "Okay, you can try." This could be somebody that's controlling here, and you want to get away from it, but you're invested here. Do you walk out on the investment? Because that's what this decision is. Do I stick with this and see it through? And it's like it's something that's controlling your life or your home. Let's see what your energy is here. I see abandonment. You are really seriously thinking about taking the loss, abandoning something here. Or you feel abandoned. Hmm. Let's see what's in your environment. That may help some. We got the Three of Coins, and we have the Eight of Swords. Yeah. There's this feeling of entrapment. Uh, Oftentimes when I look at the cards, I also look at or visualize the Rider Waite deck, and in this one here, it's somebody working in a cathedral, but they're spiritual people that are there. They're either discussing the contract or they're discussing the plans or something. But somebody here is going through some kind of trauma. It could be difficulties in the job because we do have the devil here. Or you could be in an environment that has created a lot of trauma, mental trauma. Somebody's going through something here. Somebody in your environment is going through something here, a spiritual um thing. We got the King of Swords. That's Gemini energy. Now, I look at kings as mutable signs because in order to be a king, a lot of people would look at that as Aquarius. But I look at it as a mutable signs. I look at the kings as mutable because in order to wear a crown and be a good king, an authoritarian person, you would have to be able to adjust to all things that come at you and to be able to survive something, to rule a good kingdom or a good home. Um, so, and you have to be a good communicator. Um, you have to be able to think on a moment's notice, and somebody here is having that difficulty. Somebody may have abandoned some. They made the decision to abandon some investment, or somebody here is feeling the abandonment. This is your energy. I don't know if you abandoned something because you didn't have the skills or you couldn't adjust to a certain thing. You may have abandoned a job, um, or you may be losing a job uh, because of things that's happening out of your control, because somebody says, okay, we got to cut back in the company, and all of a sudden now you're in this trauma. What am I going to do? I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't plan for this. And see, that's where this comes in. You got to always be prepared at whatever comes at you. You got to be able to think quick and react quick to any situation for you to be able then to survive it. And you got to make the right choices. I mean, this, especially with this emperor, it's like, and see, he's got a crown. He's got a crown, but look at the difference in the crowns. Um, the father, the son, something here that's going to be, falling apart. There's something here that's there's a bond, but it's not. It's controlled environment. Let's see what comes after this. Got the Eight of Coins. It's something about this is Virgo energy. This is something with work. Um, this is a mutable sign. This is, and this being with I associate it with oh gosh, I just saw that. Really? Oh my gosh. Really? I was going to say this is Virgo energy. This is Virgo energy. This is Gemini energy. So there's something here with Mercury. Something very strong with Mercury. And I said it's like 3 generations here. It really is. It's like 3 generations here. It's like the grandfather. It's like the father, and then it's like the son. Um, is there a 3 generational thing here? It's like whoever this is, they learn from these other two what not to do, what direction to go into, because this is like just coins falling all around this one. I mean, I feel like there's a 3 generational thing going on here. Yeah, this this king right here is going to come out really good, but it's going to be slow and it's going to be gradual. And this is like training. This is like learning something, a skill, a really skill. And there's something with fire in this, and somebody's desire here to really do this and learn all they can. And the gold, they're armored up. They, mm, I love this right here. This would be Taurus. This would be Virgo, Taurus. Somebody's got a lot of Earth in their chart here. That's outside of this. Um, but it's almost like they're looking at something there in the generation. Yeah, somebody here is definitely reflecting on past generations. It's almost like if you looked at Neptune and the woman, it can be frozen and cold. The next minute, it can be um, purified liquid, where It's melted. Um, and then there's golden, solid. Um, because this is Pisces energy, and somebody's giving a message here. There's a message. This this is early childhood. Something going on here in a family. Wow. Somebody here. This whatever's going on here, they learned from past generations, and they are protected. Oh, oh yeah, they're gonna be okay. They're gonna be okay. The overall energy is the Five of Wands. What is this anger? The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands. Whatever this night is, it's like I am not gonna be. They're like totally different than this. That Knight of Swords and the King there. I'm not like my father. I mean, it's almost like it's like somebody screaming, "I'm not like them." Wow. I mean, to me, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. All right, let's see what we got here. By the way, this is Taurus, and we did talk about, and this is Taurus. So there is some sort of investment that somebody may lose. They may have been working at a job for 7 years because towers are also like big institutes, big companies, something there. Um, this is Capricorn. This is Capricorn. So something is controlling this, and it ain't good. And it's causing this trauma, this Gemini energy. I wonder if this has something to do with somebody's skills. And we see this with the moving on. But I seriously feel like there's three generations here, and that this final generation is learned from the other two what not to do. Because they see the trauma that it's caused, and the drama that it's caused, and the chaos that it's caused. And it's like, I'm not like that. I don't know why I'm still shuffling. All right, let's see what this Two of Swords is about. All right, we got the Four of Wands. This has something to do about home. What did I say? This is Taurus. This is Taurus. Somebody's moved on from home or something here. They've made that decision about maybe something about they want to be in a solid foundation. They got to go their own way. They're not going the way of the father and the grandfather or whatever this controlling thing is. They are the change. What's this challenge about? Ooh, look at that. 5 of coins, 5 of coins. That's your energy. There's a loss here. Somebody's losing something. Abandoning something here. What is this in the foundation here? We got Page of Wands. I told you that Page of Wands showed up in there. It's some sort of message. It's like being. It's like making. It's like a message here you get, and you're off. You're selling off. Um, what is this that's over your head? It's like somebody holding something over somebody's head here. We got the Ace of Swords. Somebody's getting some real strong clarity here. A new beginning. And if they have to abandon something on a new beginning, and it's almost like somebody's mind's just getting cleared about something. An ideal thought. We got the 6 of coins here with this emperor. But then we got the 5 of coins. Remember the 6 of coins? That is somebody standing there with the scale. Okay? It's Taurus energy as well. We got a lot of Taurus energy here. 5, 5, um, 7, and now 6. And a lot with Aries as well and Mars. But the challenge is here is like somebody, again, let me say this. There's that individual that stands there with the scale. It's almost like you could say uh, uh, um, somewhere like with justice or something that the scales balance, and you got two people there in front. Again, the two people. Somebody gets rewarded and someone doesn't. Somebody's like a beggar, but they've got something in their pocket. So there's something about them that is not right. Somebody gets rewarded for something here, and the other person doesn't. With this tower, we got the 8 of Swords again in the future position. So something here is some sort of trauma because of this tower. With this 5 of Coins, that's again Mercury energy there. Gemini energy. you kidding me? What is going on in y'all's life? Jesus. What is the devil here with the Ace of Swords? Somebody's made a choice. Remember, you got the Two of Swords here in this situation. Somebody made the choice. A sword here, a sword here. There could be something with, I'm still feeling 3 generational masculine energies here. Somebody went the wrong way, made the wrong decision. Definitely made the wrong decision. It's like drawing straws, but you drew swords. There's 3 of coins in the environment. There's an Ace of coins. It was something about an opportunity, a beginning. It could be about a loan. It could be about property. It could be something here. And we got the Ace of Cups. So we got the 2. These are my 2 favorite aces. 2 favorite aces that come out. So somebody is going through something here where they have lost something they had invested by their own choices or decisions here because they chose wrong, because they listened to something or took information or took a risk at something here that they were influenced through an ideal. And I'm looking at that just there. That is like toxic energy. And you gotten the devil twice now? And somebody lost these opportunities. And they're going through some trauma because they lost it. They were offered something and didn't take it. They took the wrong direction. They listened to something, an idea or a thought or something here from somebody. Oh my Lord. 2 of Cups. I told you they lost an opportunity here. There's where your trauma's coming from. That's why you getting that something crumbled down. But there's still 3 generations here. That 3rd generation is going to be fine because it watched the earlier learning lessons and it saw what the other 2 did. And it's like, I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way. Wow. And somebody lost two of my favorite aces. Somebody was given an opportunity here and was offered something and they took the other direction. They listened to someone else or they took someone else's advice. Watch who you take advice from. And somebody's lost those opportunities. There's where your trauma comes in, your tower. And it cost them everything. because we definitely have the investment being lost due to this, the choice. And it's right there with the home. And I'm looking at your fourth house, and I'm like, yeah. And somebody's going through it right now, and they're going through a trauma of what they gave up. But what really gets me in this is the other. Like I said, I felt there was another generation here that's looking at this and like, nah. I mean, it's like the younger generation is looking at the other two and is like, they're damn fools. I mean, gives me hope and faith. Wow. All right, let's see what the prophecy is in love here. All right, something here. Oh, why is that in reverse? I don't do reversals. But this came out in reverse. It's called toxic behavior. Oh my gosh. Bad habits and repetitive unhealthy. I told you something unhealthy here. Unhealthy patterns will cause challenges. And it sure did. Somebody now is in reverse and something about within 6 months. Oh man. And what did I say? This eclipse is going to go 6 months to the next one. That's going to be the big one. Okay. Somebody needs opening up. New and exciting opportunities will be becoming available to you. For some, but for some pass are going to pass it by. Or it could come and that has to deal with the relationship. Take time. Time in solitude is needed to contemplate your next move. Hopefully, somebody here is changing their behavior, their patterns, their bad habits that are so toxic. And it has caused this challenge of loss, abandonment. Um, I'm kind of curious about this over here. I'm going to pull one there just for this shit. The 3 of coins and the somebody might get a chance to rebuild a foundation here in a relationship. But they've got to break something here. They got to break free from something here. These patterns, and it may take up 6 months. Separation. There will be time apart between you and your partner. Yep. Because somebody has to cut something loose. They have to break that chain that they're bound to. Ooh, look there. Long term. Current circumstances are leading to marriage. There's something here that maybe there was this long term relationship and it went through separation. And somebody here needs to do something to change a behavioral change. We do have water, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Something about love life ascending to a higher level. But somebody's not ready to drop the walls. Got to be some forgiveness here. Also, somebody reinventing themselves, self improvement and self growth. Somebody's already went through it. Somebody's being divinely protected here while somebody's going through absolute a toxic stuff, and they're being protected because of the separation. Mm. Oh, again, look what's at the bottom of the deck here. Six of Swords. What is it with? I want to see what it comes after that. Look at there, Two of Cups and the Lovers. Wow. Yeah, that Two of Wands. Somebody's got to make a decision here. Nine of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. Somebody's got to turn it around. The Four of Coins, the Two of Coins, Death. Yeah, and we've got the Six of Swords right here. The Six of Swords right here. Look at there, the Emperor. Page of Swords. Somebody took somebody's dumb ass advice, and look what happened to him. Somebody left an Empress. Oh my God. Four Cups. Somebody sacrificed an Empress for some dumbass? And the Ten of Cups? Are you kidding me? For the Three of Swords. Mm, 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 mm. Oh well. Live and learn. Mm. Let's see what the Emperor lost the Empress. Hmm. Somebody lost a soulmate connection here. Could definitely been a twin flame as well. The advice? Really? You got TikTok and why? Somebody's asking a lot of questions. Why? Why me, Lord? Why not you? If you've done something crazy and you didn't give it time, and you know, it happens to all of us. And I'm not, um, don't think I don't have any empathy for somebody, but we got something about the here and now. We got the past, and we also got the future here. And we got the nest egg, the home. This is you are here. You're in between something. There's something you're in between the past. You're in between two worlds, the past and the future. And it's your choice. This is where you are right now. And you get to choose where you want to be for the future, where you want to go. Let's see what the moon is with this solar eclipse. This, yeah, look. All right, let's see. Oh, dadgummit, this thing is irritating me. Can't we Ooh, I had an itch. You ever had one of those that just comes on all of a sudden and you just gotta scratch it? An itch, scratch it. All right, let's see. It looks so cold out here today. I really don't even know what it is out there right now. It says 69 degrees. All right, let's see. Right after that, you got boundaries and you got nourishment. Hmm. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, there was two there. Protection. That's kind of like divine protection. And also wisdom. You asked why, and you're reaching for this wisdom cycle of completion. And I also see that protection, that number 24 again. This is coming to a perfect completion. All right, let's see what there is for here for healing. Like I said, I already shuffled all these cards before I started. But some of them I shuffled again. Mm, look at that. The lanterns. Isn't that something the Chinese do? It's something they do when there's loss. They light those lanterns and they put it out there and then they release them into the universe. Um, learn and grow from the wisdom of your feelings by allowing yourself to be befriended rather than deny them. Hmm. So they, I think somebody needs to learn some lessons here, or somebody has. All right, you got two cards of manifestation of magic. I don't call them magic. Again, who got that? It was Capricorn got that, I believe. Yeah, Capricorn got it. The three rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. Somebody, and again, you got the Six of Swords twice. There's got to be some kind of balance coming out here. The dragonfly, you bring light to this world, and it does talk about the light getting that balance and harmony, and that's what that Six of Swords is. Something I feel like I said, something out of balance here. Let's move this over here. Um, all right, let's see what door is there. What door is it's an opportunity to uh somebody the other day got this one. Secret sketches. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. So this was like, somebody put their secrets into sketches um, for future generations to learn from. Hmm. Y'all saw that one, didn't you? Didn't I show it to you? When did you see it? Learn and grow from the wisdom of your feelings by allowing yourself to befriend rather than deny them. Hmm. All right, let's go to the dice and see what dice we got for you. For Aquarius, planet, sign, and house, please. Planet, sign, and house, please. For Aquarius, planet, sign, and house. This was God's perfect design. And this cycle is coming to a completion for sure. The planet you got is Mercury. Mercury's going to be playing a very important role, and it's about learning. It's about communication. It's about what you know, information, how you receive it, and how you give it. And with the sign is you, Aquarius, how you share that information, that knowledge. Um, and it's about the 10th house. Something, again, in that career, and that Scorpio, and Mars moving into it. And there, like I said, there's that warning of watch how you conduct yourself, because you could get a very bad reputation about you. If you do something here, oh, I got that upside down. If you do something here, to step on others' toes or do something wrong, and I'm seeing devil twice here, so I would be very cautious. Mm. So anyway, Aquarius, thank y'all. I hope this helps. I hope you get something out of it. If it resonates, I mean, you can make your comments below. Um, don't try to make something fit that doesn't fit, okay? If it's not for you, it's not for you, but then it's for somebody else. Somebody is in the here and now. So a lot of these feel very personal. Um, but like I said, I still feel there's a third generation here, three generations here that's learned. The youngest one has learned from the other two what not to do. And it's going to change the alter. It's going to alter for the long term. Something here. Um, I forgot to do this with the other one. I'm not big on telling people to subscribe or follow or whatever, but it helps with the algorithms. Um, if you like the way I really read, I used to be here on YouTube, and I have grown a lot uh, over the years and gone different a direction. Um, but I like where I'm at right now. That doesn't mean I'm not going to start, not that I'm going to stop learning lessons or be open minded to new things. I'll always be interested in things, and when I am, I will be more going charge full blast. So toward that. Um, with that, I would ask you, if you could, you can subscribe. You'll get notifications. Make sure you have the notification bell clicked, and you will get notifications. The majority of my readings will be live. I'm not very good at. I don't pre-record. Sometimes I might have to, um, but I like uh, live readings. Like they're done, they're over with, that's finished, that's it. So anyway, and I like the interaction with others. And you can always ask me questions in the comments below, or if you're there during the live feed. Also, give the video a thumbs up. That helps too. Um, mm, God, I got dry throat. Um, if it resonate with you, like I said, there will be some parts that you will pick up on that resonate, and there'll be others that don't. Because I don't have everybody's birth chart. I don't know what all is in the houses of when you were born. So it gives me limited information to be more accurate. Uh, those are something you do in a personal read, um, is to have that person's birth chart and know uh, where everything was at the time of their birth and compare it to where planets are now. If any planets are in a return, like myself, I'm having a return of, I've had already a return of a couple of planets. Your internal planets like Mars, Mercury, and Mars, Mercury, and Venus will have a return more often than um outer planets. And those outer planets of Jupiter and Saturn, they have long terms, you know, longer lasting effects. And then your interpersonal planets that push you beyond your limits of, you've got to be strong when those are creating something there, and how they alter your life. Um, so, um, like I said, take what resonates, but don't try to make everything fit here. Okay. So anyway, y'all uh, be good. I hope you have a wonderful weekend and you enjoy this solar eclipse. But I'm looking forward to next year because I feel like that's going to be the telltale all. Okay. So y'all take care, and I will see y'all later. Have a great one.